Gas fire extinguishing systems require debugging after installation before they can be accepted. The debugging of gas fire extinguishing systems is a crucial step to ensure the system functions correctly. To facilitate the smooth execution of the debugging process, system components, materials, and installation quality should be inspected again before debugging, and any identified issues should be addressed promptly. Now, let's look at the specific requirements for debugging gas fire extinguishing systems. 1. The debugging of gas fire extinguishing systems should occur after system installation is complete and preferably after the debugging of related fire alarm systems, automatic closing devices, ventilation equipment, and fire dampers. After debugging, restore all system components and linkage equipment to their normal working states. 2. Before debugging, the model, specifications, quantity of system components and materials, and the quality of system installation should be inspected, and any identified issues should be addressed promptly. 3. The debugging projects should include simulated startup tests, simulated jet tests, and simulated switching operation tests, and the process should be strictly recorded according to the standard forms for debugging and construction inspection. 4. Complete technical documentation should be available before debugging the gas fire extinguishing system. The person responsible for debugging should be a professional technician, and the responsibilities of all participants should be clearly defined. They should work according to the debugging procedures and submit debugging records after completion. What are the specific requirements for system debugging? Let's continue to look at them. Gas fire extinguishing systems are divided into manual testing and automatic testing. Manual simulated startup tests are conducted as follows. Press the manual start button and observe whether the related action signals and linkage equipment operate correctly, e.g., sound and light alarms. Check the response of the load at the output terminal. Close the manual start pressure signal feedback device for ventilation, air conditioning, and fire dampers, and observe whether the gas release indicator light outside the protected area door functions correctly. What are the differences between automatic and manual simulated startups? The procedure for automatic simulated startup tests is as follows. 1. Connect the start output terminal of the extinguishing controller to the corresponding drive device of the protected area in the extinguishing system. The drive device should be disengaged from the valve actuator. Alternatively, use a load with the same start voltage and current as the drive device. 2. Simulate a fire alarm manually, causing any one fire detector in the protected area to activate. Observe whether the related alarm devices, e.g., alarm bells, buzzers, operate correctly after the single fire alarm signal is output. 3. Simulate another fire alarm manually, causing another fire detector in the protected area to activate. Observe whether the related action signals and linkage equipment operate correctly after the composite fire alarm signal is output, e.g., sound and light alarms, load response at the output terminal, closing ventilation and air conditioning, and fire dampers. 3. The requirements for simulated startup test results. 1. The delay time matches the set time, with a response time less than or equal to 30 seconds. 2. Correct sound and light alarm signals. 3. Correct operation of linkage equipment. 4. Reliable operation of the drive device. After conducting both manual and automatic simulated startup tests, we proceed with the simulated jet test. The requirements for jet testing typically include: 1. During debugging, conduct simulated jet tests for all protected areas or objects, ensuring they pass. For prefabricated extinguishing systems, select one set for testing. 2. Test method. The conditions for conducting the simulated jet test. As shown in the table. Automatic startup is recommended. The results should be consistent with those of the previous automatic simulated startup test. A. The delay time matches the set time, with the response time meeting the requirements. B. Correct sound and light alarm signals. C. Normal operation of relevant control valves. D. After the signal feedback device operates, the gas release indicator light outside the protected area door should function correctly. E. No significant shaking or mechanical damage to the equipment in the storage container room and the extinguishing agent delivery pipes corresponding to the protected area or object. F. The test gas should be discharged into the protected area or onto the protected object, and from each nozzle. Finally, perform the simulated switching operation test. 1. Systems equipped with reserve extinguishing agents and where storage containers are connected on the same manifold should undergo simulated switching operation tests and pass them successfully. 2. The method for simulated switching operation test. According to the operation manual, switch the system from the primary extinguishing agent storage container to the standby storage container. B. Conduct the simulated jet test as described earlier. C. The test results should meet the specifications outlined for the simulated jet test as described above. Well, in this lesson, we have learned various debugging methods for gas fire extinguishing systems, including manual simulated startup tests, automatic simulated startup tests, simulated jet tests, and simulated switching operation tests. Have you all mastered them? This concludes our lesson. See you in the next lesson.